So you're looking for a place that still has a little bit of small town feel, but is growing quickly and is close to the city? Let's talk about Royse City, specifically why you should move here, what's good about it. Coming from somebody who not only works in this local market, but actually lives here in Royse City. So let's talk about what's good, what's bad, what you need to know, where we're located, and why you should move out here to Royse City and check out all the growth that's happening. So let's go. So you might hear me say Royse City and you're like, Zach, I don't even know where that is. Well, it's really simple. If you look at a map and you're looking at DFW, you go east. We like to refer to it as 30 miles east. Out on 30, past Rockwall, past Fate, before you get to Greenville, you'll find Royse City. Great, great small town that's growing quickly, still has a lot of really great things going on here. So here's the thing, some people are like, oh, maybe it's just this small town with a little main street and one light. Wrong. We actually have 2 traffic lights, one there and one down at the other end of the main street. I'm just kidding. We've got way more than 2 traffic lights. There's a lot going on out here. At last census, we were up almost at 20,000 people in population. Royse City is growing rapidly, and there's so many cool things to see. So here's what I want to do. I want to show you a couple cool things here on Main Street, and then we're going to take a walk through some neighborhoods and show you kind of what your money could get you, why you should move out here, the good, the bad, and everything in between. Let's go. So we can't talk about Royse City without talking about a couple places right here on Main Street that are some of my favorite places. One, Joe's Meat Market. Best fajitas you will ever find, best steaks, way better than any other meat market locally. They've got all the cool things you can eat, like some fajitas and some really bomb breakfast tacos. Rocking out right here at Joe's Meat Market. You want to get here early. They're going to run out, but seriously, some of the best steaks you will ever find. So then, just a short walk down the way from Joe's, you've got Main Street Emporium. Some of the best ice cream you'll ever find. Some really great flavors. They've got a Big Red flavor. So if you like Big Red, it tastes exactly like Big Red. Main Street Emporium, best ice cream. That, the Big Red, and the Honey Badger is where it's at. Okay, 2 other places we want to talk about right here on Main Street. 1885 Barbershop, best barbershop in the state of Texas. It's where I go every 3 weeks, get my fade lined up, go see Mike. Super great environment, relaxed, fun place to be. And then 2 doors down from them, that's Sweet Face, some of the best cupcakes you'll find, and some ooey gooey butter cake. If you didn't grow up in the South, you don't know about ooey gooey butter cake, but it's like pounds of butter and sugar. Okay, one last thing here on Main Street. This actually just opened within the last few months. We've got Native Station. It's a beer garden, great restaurant, great atmosphere, hangout, cornhole boards, outdoor seating. Super fun place to come hang out, grab a beer with your friends, watch the game. Again, such a great life here. It's got a small town feel, but we are growing. So hey, let's go take a journey through Royse City. Let's go look at some neighborhoods and I'll show you some other cool things. Let's go. Okay, so we are driving through the old downtown historic neighborhoods. Some beautiful, beautiful old homes that have been well maintained, a lot that have been restored. There's so much cool character here in Royse City. So many great people that you'll find that just really, really they care about their neighbor. So if you're looking for that pace of life that's maybe a little bit slower, but still close. I mean, we're still close to Rockwall for all the great restaurants and shops. Still, you know, you could go to Greenville. Greenville's exploding and you could go hang out there. You know, on a good day when traffic isn't crazy, which right now with all the construction on 30, you know, it's a little crazy, but you can still get into downtown, make that drive. You know, it's a great, great place to be. So like I said, I want to show you this historic neighborhood, and then we're going to go kind of look at a couple different neighborhoods. I want to show you some different price points and just say, hey, here's, you know, for your money, kind of here's where you could look at being. So let's keep going. Okay, one of my favorite things to see as you drive out of downtown Royse City is the beautiful old Methodist church right over there to the left. It's just really, it's a really beautiful church to walk by. Again, so we'll kind of get out of downtown. We're going to head toward a new construction development. One of the things to be mindful of is if you're looking to move into Royse City is you've actually got 3 different counties. You've got Rockwall County, you've got Hunt County, and you have portions in Collin County. So that's important to note when it comes to your taxes. Those kind of get affected a little bit based on where you end up, but all of those regardless are in Royse City ISD. But again, just be mindful of those 3 counties. Because like I said, if up here coming up on the left, as soon as you make this turn, that kind of puts you into Collin County. We're still technically on the Rockwall County side. You can see the Collin County side coming up here as we're driving. I promise I'm not holding my phone, it's mounted, so I am being safe while I drive. So Collin County over here to the left, Hunt County really picks up on the other side of 30. So again, just something to be mindful of if you're thinking of moving to Royse City. We're coming out of downtown. Let's take a quick turn into one of my favorite new construction communities. This is Creekside. I've actually got some clients building out here now. Their house closes here in the next month or so. Super excited for them and that. But this community has 3 builders in it. It's got Guillen, it's got Trophy, and it's got Highland. And this is, like I said, one of our newer communities here in Royse City. So let's take a drive around and check it out for a second. Okay, so Creekside, again, is one of our newer communities being built out here. They're working hard on phase 1, getting ready to start phase 2. I've actually done tours of all 3 of these model homes. You can see those linked probably somewhere right around here for all the details on the Guillen, the Trophy, and the Highland model homes here in Creekside. But as you see, beautiful, beautiful homes, beautiful community, dog park, super close access to 30. Just one of the great communities going in here in Royse City. So we're actually gonna run in and check on our client's home that's closing real quick. So I'll tell you, for me and my wife, we moved to Royse City just about a year ago, actually. We moved from Fate, and we've loved it out here. Part of why we ended up out here was we wanted a little bit more space, a little bit bigger house, and we wanted something that fit in our budget that made sense. And for us, we were okay with making the drive. You know, my wife drives 35 minutes-ish each way to work, and I'm kind of all over the place. So it was one of those things that, like, for us, we said, hey, we want a small town, but we want a bigger house. We want a little bit more yard. And we're okay with making the drive because we need something that fits in our budget. And honestly, guys, we've loved being out here. The connections we've made with people, the interactions we've had, the friends we've made, it's just been such a great experience being out here in Royse City. So again, there is so much going on in a small town that you can't miss out. And again, you're so close. Like, if you're not looking for, you know, all the crazy traffic of being in a big city, you don't have it. And if you want it, you can drive to it. There's plenty of things to drive to here, you know, within 20, 30 minutes, and it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. So again, Creekside, these are gonna be in the high 3s to mid 4 ranges. All of these builders have inventory. I think some of them even have to be built available. You can see all those tours. So let's go check out the community. Come on. Okay, so you know we can't talk about Royse City without talking about the house that the Beaver built. There's a Buc-ee's. And if you've been around Texas or you grew up in Texas, you know all about Buc-ee's. But if you're not from around here and you're considering moving here, here's what you need to know. It's like Walmart and a gas station got together and had a baby and then made it have some of the cleanest bathrooms you'll ever experience in your entire life. So Buc-ee's actually opened like right at 2 years ago. So it's a huge, huge deal out here in Royse City. Cheap gas, it's always clean. Just another great thing about being right here in Royse City. You're right off the highway. Again, if you need to get somewhere, you can, barring the traffic. So, something to consider. You know, some people, when you start talking about growth in a small town, and the people are like, oh my gosh, it's going to get really big really fast, I'm not going to like it, and they're not going to be strategic. And there's some cities that grow, and it just doesn't make sense how they grow, and they outgrow their infrastructure, and it's frustrating to drive through. And if you're from around here, you know those cities. But here's what I'll tell you. I talk to my friends on the city council, and while they are wanting the city to grow, they want it to grow the right way. So there's a lot of development happening. There's a lot of new construction communities, both in process and upcoming. There's a lot of great neighborhoods. There's some good infrastructure things going in. There's some restaurants coming. But the city is trying to grow the right way, in a way that makes sense for our residents, for the people here, for the city, and doing it in a way that's strategic. So again, I can't speak to every city that way, but as somebody who lives locally and knows people on the city council and talks to them regularly, I can tell you that, you know, they're working hard, for us to grow, but us to grow in the right way. Okay, so like we were talking about with the growth, there is Royse City High School. Again, it's the only one right now, but they just hit that 6A mark. They're looking to add another high school probably here within the next 5 to 10 years. They're adding on to a college and career technical facility. You can kind of see that happening right here. So again, the city and the school board super strategic about how we're growing and what's growing, and families coming in. One of the better school districts around here, and it's just some really great opportunities out here in Royse City. One of the other things you got to know if you're moving to Royse City is I'm standing in the shadow of the football stadium. It's like every good small town in Texas. We love our high school football. Royse City just moved up to 6A, so it's a hyper competitive environment. The stadium's going to be packed on Friday nights. The city loves our high school football team. It's a super great community. And here's the cool thing. The city has really grown up together. So even though they've moved up into 6A this year, it's still has that small town feel. You know, you'll see the flags out on Main Street every Friday. You know, the stadium's going to be packed here in a couple hours for the game. So, you know, you're moving out here, you're going to be part of the community. You're going to, you know, your kids are going to have a great time. It's a great competitive environment, both in sports and fine arts, academics, really great school district. And one of the things we love, so, you know, anytime the Bulldogs are here at home, we're in the stadium cheering them on Friday nights. No other way we'd rather spend our Friday nights here in Royse City. Okay, so take a walk through another neighborhood. This is actually mine and my wife's own neighborhood. This is Woodland Creek. We built here about a year ago. Well, actually we started a little bit longer than that. It took a long time due to COVID. We were one of the first houses here in the new development, and actually they are on closeout now. I think each of the builders has probably 15 houses left in their inventory to sell. I've done model home tours on both the Union Main and the Pacesetter model home. We're gonna do a specific community tour here for Woodland Creek. Again, why we picked this neighborhood, all of these lots are 70, most of these lots are 70 by 120 with a third car garage option. And right now they're pricing in the mid to high fours, a few of them in the fives, just kind of where we are in today's economy. But again, super quiet neighborhood, love our neighbors. We found some really, really great people that live out here. I'm all walking across the street. Here's the thing too, there's a lot of land in Royse City. So if you're looking for a place where you could go and get some acreage and not, you know, break the bank, that's an option here. I mean, of course, if you want to break the bank and spend a couple mil or $1 million, that's an option too. But there are houses that are for sale right now, 2, 3, 4, 5 acres, under $1 million. So some beautiful, beautiful opportunities to make a move out here in Royse City. So like I said, I know I'm biased, but we love it out here. And if you're gonna buy out here, you might as well use somebody that's local out here, knows the area, knows what's going on, and can help you answer your questions. So why not use me? As always, I hope you found something valuable in this video. I hope you learned something. I hope I helped you. And if I did, I'd love it if you'd leave a like. If not, that's okay. But I just thought I'd ask. So with that, we'll see y'all in the next video. Bye for now.